Hello, my fantastic followers. Today's storytelling episode is titled From Poverty to Power, Adiaha's Unbelievable Journey. Adiaha was born in Calabar, a city steeped in the rich cultural heritage of the Efik people. She was the apple of her parents' eyes, an only child who filled their modest home with laughter and joy. Her parents, Margaret and Emmanuel, were civil servants who valued discipline, education, and integrity above all else. Though their income was modest, they made sure that Adiaha grew up in a loving and principled environment. In their little home adorned with Calabar carvings and colorful fabric, Adiaha learned the values of hard work and humility. Emmanuel often said, "Adiaha, no matter how hard life gets, always remember that integrity is the greatest wealth." These words would echo in her mind long after he was gone. Life seemed almost perfect until the fateful day when she was 15. Margaret and Emmanuel had to travel to Port Harcourt for a work conference. They promised to bring back her favorite snacks and stories of their trip. Adiaha waved them off, her heart light and carefree, unaware that it was the last time she would see her parents alive. That evening, neighbors came with solemn faces and devastating news. Margaret and Emmanuel had been involved in a ghastly car accident. They didn't survive. The weight of their loss hit Adiaha like a tidal wave, shattering her world into fragments she didn't know how to piece together. With no close relatives in Calabar, she was sent to live with her maternal grandparents in Port Harcourt. Her grandparents, kind but struggling to make ends meet, welcomed her into their humble home. This transition was stark. From her parents' modest but comfortable life, she now lived in a cramped, leaking house in a bustling neighborhood where survival was the order of the day. Adiaha's once carefree childhood turned into a battle for survival. After school, she started working as a sales girl in a small shop to contribute to the household. The long hours standing behind the counter, coupled with her school assignments, were grueling, yet she kept at it, fueled by the memory of her parents' hard work and their unwavering belief in her potential. When it was time to go to the university, Adiaha faced another hurdle. Her grandparents couldn't afford her tuition, and she was forced to take up multiple part-time jobs to pay her fees. By day, she attended lectures. By night, she worked as a cleaner and later as a waitress at a small restaurant. Her friends teased her for constantly being tired and always counting pennies, but Adiaha was determined. Some of her peers took an easier route. They flaunted expensive gifts from older, wealthier men and urged her to follow suit. "Adiaha, why are you suffering? Get yourself a rich boyfriend or sugar daddy and your problems will disappear," they said. Sometimes, when her rent was due or her shoes were worn out and there was no money for replacement, the temptation was almost unbearable. But then, she will remember her father's voice saying, "Integrity is the greatest wealth." She will think of her mother's gentle hands, guiding her through homework, teaching her to spell words like perseverance and dignity. Those memories gave her the strength to resist the allure of shortcuts. When her grandparents passed away in her final year of university, Adiaha was truly alone. She could have despaired, but instead, she used her pain as fuel. She worked even harder, balancing her grief with her studies and work. By the time she graduated, she had achieved something extraordinary. She had earned her degree with honors, despite the odds stacked against her. Finding a job after university wasn't easy. But Adiaha was no stranger to challenges. She applied to countless companies, walking the streets of Port Harcourt in the scorching sun, her neatly pressed clothes hiding the turmoil within. After months of relentless searching, she landed a position as a junior administrative assistant at a small firm. The salary was meager, but it was a start. Adiaha poured herself into her work, staying late to learn new skills and taking on tasks outside her job description. Her colleagues admired her dedication, and her supervisors took notice. Within a few years, she was promoted, then promoted again. One day, at a charity medical outreach event organized by her company, she met David, a young, compassionate doctor. David was everything she admired: hardworking, kind, and principled. They bonded over shared values and dreams, and their friendship blossomed into a deep, abiding love. David loved Adiaha fiercely, admiring her strength and resilience. "You are the strongest woman I know," he often told her. They got married in a simple but beautiful ceremony, surrounded by friends and well-wishers. Together, they built a home filled with love, laughter, and mutual respect. Adiaha's career continued to soar. Through sheer determination, she rose through the ranks to become an executive in her company. She worked tirelessly to create the life she had once dreamed of, a life filled with stability, dignity, and purpose. Her success wasn't just about money. It was just about proving to herself that she could overcome anything. Looking back, Adiaha often thought about the path she had chosen. It had been far from easy, and there were moments when she felt like giving up. But she was glad she hadn't taken the shortcuts some of her friends had suggested. Many of them were now trapped in situations they regretted, while she had built a life of which her parents would have been proud of. Through her journey, Adiaha learned that hard work and integrity might not always bring immediate rewards, but they create a foundation that lasts a lifetime. She became an inspiration to others in her community, mentoring young girls and sharing her story to encourage them to pursue their dreams with courage and determination. As she sat in her office one afternoon, overlooking the city skyline, a young intern approached her with a question. "Ma, how did you do it? How did you get to where you are today?" Adiaha smiled, her mind flashing back to the countless challenges she had overcome. "Hard work, patience, and faith," she said. "There are no shortcuts to a life worth living." And so, Adiaha's story became a beacon of hope, a testament to the fact that while the road to success may be long and arduous, the rewards of integrity and perseverance are worth every step.